Okay, it's recording.
Okay, sweet. All right. So if you are not talking, mute yourself so there's not a bunch of background noise. And then if you have a question, comment in the chat below, or just at the end we'll kind of have Diana answer some questions. So then you can unmute yourself, okay? So I'm super excited for Diana to just hop on and do this, because she's been doing some new trainings that I've never done, and that, I mean, they're not necessarily Beachbody related, are they? They're just training to grow your business in general and social media stuff. And so she's just going to go over some of the things that she's been learning. So it's going to be awesome. So Diana's coached for 2 years, and she's on my team. She's one of my diamonds, so she's kicking butt. So good job.
Thanks. I got the pleasure of hanging out with Cozy a week and a half ago at the retreat, and it was amazing. I got to meet Elise too. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, like she said, I've been coaching for 2 years now, and something I just always try to do is do some sort of new training, do something out of the box. I mean, for the longest time, I would just queue up YouTube video after YouTube video of different Beachbody related trainings, but lately I've been, and it's probably because these places are targeting Beachbody coaches, like I'm doing these other trainings from other social media experts and network marketing experts, and they have a lot of useful information as far as coaching goes. So I did this Facebook social media training. It pretty much had to do with mostly Facebook. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see my slides. Let's see. Do you see my slides, Cozy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys, it's awesome because I know that Facebook stuff changes all the time. And so sometimes when you go to like look something up on YouTube, if it's not like a new video, it might not be correct, because stuff on social media changes all the time. So this is like new stuff that she's learning right now and what's going on. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the newest of the new. Okay, so we all know that there's this algorithm out there that it's kind of mysterious. We're not exactly sure everything, but here's what the 4 things that go into it. Everything you've ever posted by your friends and the pages you follow, it kind of does this formula. It looks at the time of day you're posting, the kind of engagement you're getting with it, and then it kind of predicts how good it's going to do based on the score that it does. And then so that's whatever Facebook scores your post is how much it's going to show up in the news feed. So it's super important that you have this in your awareness, so that you know that like your best time of day to post, what kind of content you've posted before in the past has done well versus not done well. Okay, so this was really interesting. So managing your friends list. So you know how we all can have 5,000 friends. All right. Well, it says that's really not the goal. You don't want to just have this big group of people who aren't engaging with your stuff, because if you have, let's say 5,000 friends and 99% of those people are not engaging with your stuff, Facebook's like, oh, well, you're kind of like a dud. So, why would we show your stuff to people? So it says stop mass adding people to your friends list, or at least if you're going to be adding people, like let's say you add 5 people today to your friends list, and you send them like in the next week or so, you send them like just a friendly message. If they don't respond back to you, or if they don't engage back with you, the advice is to go ahead and just remove that person. Because if they're not gonna even be friendly enough to say hi to you, or like any of your stuff that you do, or respond to your like a comment under their post, then they're not gonna likely be somebody who's engaging with you. Let's see. And so right now, what I've been doing since I did this training is actually going to my friends list, going back through and just like killing off people, basically, just unfriending them. Like if you look at their profile and all they're doing is posting quizzes and dating profiles and all the garbage, like give me coins for this game, like those people aren't on Facebook to be social. They're just spamming it with stuff that you don't want to interact with. Like you want to find people who have stuff that you can actually comment on and engage with. If all they're doing is the quizzes, it's like you can't really naturally ever engage with that person because they're not posting anything about themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that'd be weird to comment on one of their quizzes. Like,
yeah, So his advice was don't add more than 10 people per day. And ideally, like I touched on, if you're adding 5 people, you should be deleting 5 people a day. So make that a new part of your practice. As you're adding new people to your Facebook list, go through your friends list and just start deleting people who are, maybe you know somebody who's been purposely ignoring you. Like if you look at your Facebook Messenger and they've just been ignoring you, well, maybe it's time to get rid of that person because they're obviously not your people. Don't add too many new, this was his advice, don't add too many new friends from your network marketing company because, you know, you want to, I mean, we want to support each other, but you don't want to just like have half of your friends list just Beachbody coaches. And so when you get a new friend, just send them a short message thanking them for the connection, and that's it. Nothing like crazy. You don't just start jumping at them, obviously, and being like, hey, are you working on your health and fitness goals? I can help you with your health and fitness goals. He just says, do things like say, hey, thanks for adding me as a friend on Facebook. I saw we know some of the same people. Like, where are you from? Or just say, or just even shorter, you say, hey, thanks for adding me as a friend. Stop there. And if they read your message and don't say anything back, maybe you reach out one more time, but that's it. If they don't respond in that amount of time, then go ahead and delete them and move on. And so this bottom point is look at people that aren't going to engage. That's like the quiz people who aren't going to post video or post pictures of themselves or something you can comment on. They're not somebody that you're going to be able to even engage with. And social media. So it's called social media for a reason. If you are genuinely engaged with people, like generally interested in people, you don't really need to worry so much about the algorithm. So as most of you guys probably saw in some of the message threads, Cozy and Candace put out this call to action where just go out there and be social, like at least 50 different comments on people's stuff, not just likes, comments, be social. And that jives completely with what I've been learning is that you need to get in there and comment on people's things. So if Facebook sees you being social, then it's going to say, oh, this person's a friendly person, and we're going to send your information on to other people. And so let's see, give 5 times more than you look to take. So add value, comment on you, like just comment like crazy on people's stuff, and you're going to start seeing a return on that. Oh, sorry, I got to open a food cup. There you go. Okay. Let's see. The next time this is a good one. Okay. So the next time you're going to post, like let's say you have a big call to action that you really want eyes on, for 10 minutes before you make that post, go do this. Go do your 50 connects in that 10-minute period, or as many as you can. Because Facebook's going to see you being social, and it's going to want to push your stuff out to other people. It's going to say, hey, this person is actually engaging and using Facebook the way we want it to be used, so we're going to show their stuff out to more people. And so with using that algorithm, that points system at the beginning, it's going to see you being active, and it's going to push your stuff back out into the feed. So I would say that's like a little mini challenge for you guys. In the next week, do that. If you have a big call to action, post something you really want a lot of eyes on for 10 minutes before, 5 to 10 minutes, just go in and engage on people's stuff. Like comment like crazy and just see what happens. Like if you do a live video, see how many more eyes come onto that video. It says you will get 2 to 10.
I've noticed I've done that before, and it absolutely makes a difference. It totally does.
I've noticed it make a difference too, for sure. So it says you're going to get 2 to 3 times the visibility on your post. And so let's see. Make a list of your top prospects and make sure you're regularly engaging with them. We've all heard of most of us probably heard of the friends list concept before, where you make little mini lists in Facebook of your top people that you want to engage with. You can also choose something like up to 20 people to see first in your newsfeed. So if you really have somebody that is a hot prospect, you can go to their page when it says that you're friends, click on the little drop-down box and say see first. So they'll pop up first in your newsfeed when they post stuff. And so start looking at comments as conversations. So if somebody's commenting under your post, try to get a conversation going underneath that post. Not only is that going to boost your post's visibility in the newsfeed, because the more comments there are back and forth, the more Facebook's going to say, oh, hey, people like this, and it's going to start bringing it into more people's news feeds. But that's just a way to have a normal conversation with somebody. So ask questions. Like if somebody's like, hey, I like that recipe too. He's like, oh yeah, I just tried it today for the first time. What's your favorite way to use it? Like, what's your favorite way to use spaghetti squash? And just start conversations. So don't just be a scroller. Don't just be a scroller and a liker either. Like, just do more than you ever have before with the comments. And Facebook measures the time you actually spend looking at a post. So if you think you're being supportive of like a fellow coach with their live video, if you think you're being supportive of somebody else's coach by just liking their video and not watching any of it, you're wrong. Like, Facebook knows how long an average person spends looking at a video, and if you're just in there bringing it up, clicking like, moving on, that actually hurts you because you're not being interactive. It knows that you're just being a scroller and a liker, and that's not what they want you to do. They want you to spend time with each other. So just something to keep in mind when we're trying to support each other. Like, bring up the video, let it play in the background for, a minute or two at least, and that's how we're going to help each other. Let's see. So, we've all been in a situation where we're out and about, and somebody, like a friend of ours, will be like, oh, I'm just so happy to see that you're doing so well in your fitness journey. And they've never liked or commented on anything you've ever done. You're like, well, what the crap? Like, why aren't you actually liking or commenting? But this is because Facebook sees them stopping at your post, taking some time to look at it, and then moving on. So even though if they're not liking and commenting, they're actually popping that into those people's news feeds because they're actually stopping to watch it. So they're engaging with your post by taking the time to read it, even if they don't like or comment. So early engagement, the more the first 15 minutes after you do a post is the most critical time. So again, if you have like a call to action post and you really think it's going to have some engagement, don't post and then walk away. Stay there with it for that 15 minutes, because if people start commenting, you want to get right up on there. You want to get into you want to comment right back to them, ask them a question, and be there, because the more you can do that in that first 15 minutes, the more it's going to start pushing it into people's news feeds. All right, yes. And ask them questions back. Don't just say thanks. Like, try to ask them and get them to make another comment back, because another comment back is another way to boost engagement. It'll put it out in the news feeds. All right. The ideal times to post a day is 2 to 3 times max. Now, this is the newest what's out there with the algorithm. If you're posting your fitness journey at 8 a.m. and then at 9 a.m. you're sharing a recipe, then at 11 a.m. you're sharing what your kids are eating for lunch, like you're competing with yourself in the news feed is what's happening. So that post you did in the morning about your awesome workout, well, guess what? That just got flung out of the news feed because you're competing with yourself, with your healthy recipe or what your kids are up to. So really try to strategically do your post only 2 to 3 times a day. And like, let's say you have a post at noon that's going like gangbusters. Like, people are engaging the crap out of it. Like, they're just like, they're telling you all about their favorite recipes or whatever you're posting on that you're trying to get engagement on. Just let that sucker be. Let it boost you for the rest of the day. Don't even worry about posting for that 3rd time. All right. And let's see. Yeah, that's what that bottom point is. All right, posting strategies. On a show of hands, who's doing live videos on like 1 or 2 times a week? All right, if you're not doing this is where Facebook is heading. They want to see live videos, and it's just the newest way to be social, and Facebook is all about it. So don't let it scare you. Just whatever you learned in your personal development time that day, do a video on it. It doesn't have to be a 20-minute video. It can be like a 3-minute video, like a takeaway of what you learned. But put some sort of like catchy heading on it. Don't be like, this is the way Shakeology benefits me at all times. Like, then people are going to run away from that post. Let's see. Okay. And so while you're in the live video, I have a hard time doing this. Like, when I'm doing a video, like, sometimes I feel like I don't know where my comments are. So But if you can, engage back with those people who are commenting on your video, and then start using emojis in the copies of your posts. Now it says, don't be a crazy person. Don't be like a teenager. But like use a handful of emojis in your posts. It really draws the eye. It actually has been surveys have shown that it actually increases engagement 30%. So instead of just having a plain copy, throw a couple emojis in there, or a handful of emojis. Just, don't have like a whole paragraph of emojis. Is that it? I think that might be it. I think I had it. Let me stop my share. I have something in the chat. Yeah, Kelsey says, don't be scared, just do it. Yeah, anything, like literally anything. I challenged myself this week to do a live video every day. I haven't done my live video yet, but I know what I want to promote this week. Like, I want to promote a challenge group. So today I'm going to post about being supported versus unsupported in your fitness journey. And then, so just write something out for just if you've never done it before, just do one. Just think of one thing that you can talk about this week and see how it goes. And make sure you do that trick where for 5 to 10 minutes beforehand, you're commenting like a crazy person on people's posts so that it's more out in the newsfeed. All right. Okay. That's what I learned. Does anybody have any questions?
I had one just a second ago. I can't remember now. Shoot, there was one I had. I just think that you guys being consistent with your posting learning to connect with people changes everything. People are just going to see your stuff more, and don't be weird about it. Don't make like weird posts, and don't make every single post fitness. But people, I struggled a long time because I felt like nobody cares what I'm doing day to day, my life is boring. All of us think our lives are boring because we do the same thing every single day. But some little life hack that works for you might be something that would be awesome for somebody. Like, share just all kinds of random things. Can you get a picture? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, that's what I've kind of felt like, and I think through like Instagram stories and be able to share a little bit more just of your daily life through the stories is awesome, personally.
Yeah, definitely. If you haven't taken advantage of Insta stories or Facebook Messenger stories, or even now in the Facebook app at the top, they have their own stories. So there's like 3 places you could be throwing stuff about yourself every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. I'm glad that helps. Yeah, it helps me. Anything we can learn to be, basically it just comes down to being like an awesome, nice person. Like, if you're just liking and scrolling, they're not getting a flavor for who you are. Because we all know, like, if somebody even throws up a heart versus a like on a post of ours, we're like, oh, we take notice of that, or at least I do. And so if somebody even comments, like, that's whoa, buddy, that's pretty amazing.
I know. And I didn't realize that Facebook, you guys, it's so bizarre to me that technology can even figure this stuff out. Because when I think about being able to send a text to somebody, it's weird to me. Or being able that you guys can hear my voice, it's weird. That our voice travels through air, it's just weird. But I always think about weird stuff. But it's just crazy that they can actually see if we stop at a post and if we even pause. Like she was saying, that they even have done stuff where if you pause on it, they recognize that you might be interested in that. Or if you just hit like and not actually push play on the video, they're going to also see that. So I don't know. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, who's going to do a live video this week?
Of some sort. It doesn't have to be something crazy inspirational. Seriously, you guys that have kids, I'm sorry, you guys have an advantage. Because everybody wants to see cute kids. So do something cute with your kids and freaking video it for 2 minutes. Who cares? It's super easy. And if you guys are super nervous, which I still get nervous about it, hop into the little team chats or like the message threads we have you guys in and just say, hey, I'm going to go live in 5 minutes. If anybody can hop on and show support. Most of the time people will hop on. Even if they're driving, they'll at least have it playing so they can at least be listening. Because the more people listening, the more your video will show to people. And remember that your video will continue to show, even if there's only 5 people on at the time, your video will continue to show, okay? Exactly. Like, I always try to be like, what else can I what can I talk about other than me? I'm not very exciting. Kids are way more exciting. So, I don't know. You can borrow them. Okay, sounds good. Yes, Jenny, I didn't know that you lived in Ogden. So that's crazy. We are pretty close.
All right, so just make sure you guys are doing that engagement thing. Like, seriously, like for the next few days, just see how much more visibility you're getting, how many more likes, hearts, comments, all that stuff that you're getting on your stuff, because you just are being a person and showing up for people. So
yeah, and you guys, this stuff doesn't take hours. Like they were saying, you could go in and hop on 10 minutes before you do a post and just, connect with people and then make the post, and then a couple minutes after check and connect with them. So I feel like so many times people make it so much more complicated than it needs to be. Like, this job is so simple. So simple. But you just have to do it every day. You have to be intentional in what you're doing, or else, one, people aren't going to care, and two, if you're in and out, 1 week you're like all gung-ho and you love it, and the next week you don't even show up, people see that. Nobody wants to invest, because when they can go on Amazon and buy the products that they want. They're investing in you when they sign up. They don't want to just, they need that support from you. But if they see you gung-ho 1 week and then disappear the next, they're not going to go with you. There's tons of coaches, they're going to go with somebody else. So if you're consistent, they will go with you because they want consistency. You don't have to be your goal weight. You don't have to be this fitness model by any means. But if you're consistent in showing your journey, they're gonna go with you. So I don't know. That's just stuff that I struggled with at the beginning. So I assume other people do.
For sure.
But that was super helpful. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions? Any chat? No questions, because it's pretty straightforward, literally. Good, Kayla?
Let me get that. I'll just post the link in the chat here below. Let's see, share.
And seriously, going and connecting with people before you post, it totally helps, I promise. Oh yeah, okay, Diana will share that, and then do you want to just post it in the Push to Emerald and the Push to Diamond thread?
Yeah.
Or you can just share it in the team page and then give it to Candace.
Yeah.
That would work. Okay.
All right.
Good. Okay, anybody else have any questions, even if it's not related to this? You guys have questions about? Kayla says it's super helpful. Her phone is freaking out. She can't talk. It's weird. Okay. I'm excited. Hopefully that helps you guys, because yes, it changes every 2 seconds what the heck we're doing. So, all right. Thanks,
All right.
Diana.
Bye, guys. Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Okay, and then when you upload this to YouTube, will you send it? Okay.
Yeah.
Or just post it in the team page.
Yep. Okay. We'll do.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for hopping on.
Bye, guys.